Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Eldrazi Ramp on the draw for game one. A forest would make this hand so much better. 9 hits off top for a forest is asking for a lot. I think we mulligan this one. That one's kind of better. We'll keep. Drop a sire. Done. Would love to see a lab off top. Spara's headquarters. Draw. Forest. Sprawl. For green. And pass. And pass. Karuga. Scalding Tarn fetch 19. 3 or greater. Is it an adventure or something? Oh, Sign of Draco. So. Oh, is this domain rhinos? No, it can't be, right? Domain Karuga. Oh, now I'm just fascinated. Commercial District Surveil, Devour Urti Yard, and Pass in Full. Oh. Karuga, Sign of Draco. So no Stubborn Denial, no Kavu, no Ragavan, no Bolt, no Tribal Flames. Draw. Misty Rainforest fetch. For a forest. Cast Talisman. Ice Still. Ice Still mill a card. 2 types in yard. We'll hold up the Misty Rain. Green, red, green. Oh. Oh. I'm in danger. Well, that could have been much worse. Also, in what world did they think Calibrated Blast being an instant speed spell was wise? What in the world? Why is that an instant? That baffles me. This is Calibrated Blast. Hollowed Fountain. Tapped. We'll take 4 down to 6. Do you have another Calibrated Blast? You have another Sign of Draco. But a pause on end step. We're going to take 4 down to 6. Rainforest down to 5. Stomping Ground tapped. Mill a card. We draw. Myco. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, Misty Rainforest, mill a card. Misty Rainforest, fetch for a forest, mill a card. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's see if we can hit 12, 13 for Emrakul. 12. Okay. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to have to shock down to 2, though. Down to 1, actually. Alright. Well. It's an Emrakul. Our turn, comrade. There's lab. We'll draw. Shadow of Misery, Emrakul. If your life total is less than the starting life totals, card cast X left where X is the difference. Go to main. This needs double red, doesn't it? We don't have double red. Oh, shoot. I was really hoping to cast that targeting self, but now we can't. Huh. Well, in that case, we go to combat. We attack with Sign of Draco. We block with Emrakul. There's not much more for me to do at this point because we again can't cast Calibrated Blast with the current mana. Forest Plains Island, Forest Plains, Plains Island. So we're missing a red source here. If they draw into a red source, we lose on the spot. Not much to do, so we'll pass. Next turn we can play Sire 7 Death to block the Sign of Draco, allowing us to attack with Emrakul. Ugin's Lab will be played. They imprint Emrakul. A second Scion. Karuga to hand. We draw. Okay. Let's see here. So we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 8. 8 minus 4 would be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 minus 4, because I want to get rid of that Blood Crypt is the thing. So let's start with Rumble. There's Shifting Woodland. There is Cavernous Souls. No matter what, we're going to have to play the Sign of Draco, yes? Let's grab the Shifting Wood. Or not Sign of Draco, Sire's 7 Death. Mill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. Kick with Myco. We will kick your red source. Grab another temple. Play Sire 7 Death. At this point, we do what? We attack with Emrakul. We die if they have removal for Sire. To be fair, we die if they have removal in general. So in that case, attacking with Emrakul makes sense here. Put you down to 2. We'll pass. And it comes down to this now. Did we get there through Calibrated Blast? Here's Karuga. You'll draw 3. Draw 3, draw 2. Draw 2. It's other cards. That will not save you, though, unless... No, you can have Bolt. Opponent scoops it up. We took the win against Calibrated Blast. Ooh, okay. Calibrated Blast. So let me look up on Scryfall. Calibrated. So return is out 1000%. I don't think they have anything in... I guess they still have Calibrated Blast. Can be flashbacked. Sign of Draco does make you think of Strict Serenade or Dismember. Cascade, I would say bring in Vexing Bauble. That would make sense to me. That way if they try and Cascade into Calibrated Blast, they can't. Trinisphere I don't think does too much here, though I guess it does stop the Cascade, or at least delays it. They're going to be I guess, yeah, it would delay it. The ball is probably better for that. Strict Serenade seems relevant. I'm not sure how relevant the Ice Till package is in the grand scheme, though we also can trim a Rumble. Ugin doesn't seem to be doing too much in this matchup, though it does give me a bit of life. So I think we trim out the Ugin, or trim out an Ugin. I don't foresee Cavern Souls being relevant, so maybe we keep the Ugin after all. We could argue Dismember, though, to get rid of a Sign of Draco. Yes. Let's run it back like this. I wonder if I can find a list with Calibrated Blast in it. Oh, sure enough, found it. Let's take a peek on their sideboard. Beseiju, Desert. Apparently someone got a 5-0 with it about 2 weeks ago now. It looks like this one. Yeah, this looks pretty similar. We would need a Soul Land here. 8 hits off top, and we're able to dig too deep. They do run Beseiju, who endures. We definitely want to put the Sprawl into a basic forest, which means we probably want to go for red. But we really do need lands. So it's a bit sketchy, but we can make it work. Opponent will mulligan down to 4 cards. Okay. Well, that is certainly promising. And they kept 4. We'll pass in full. Volcano. Discover 4. There's Breeding Pool. We'll go Windswept Teeth fetch for a forest. Utopia Sprawl for red. And pass. Again, we're looking for a Soul Land off top. So we have 8 hits. Otherwise, we can Breeding Pool, hold up for potential Sign of Draco. That does get a bit awkward. I do think I play around the possibility of a Scion here and shock in the Breeding Pool, holding up Strict Serenade. Scouting Tarn fetch. I imagine for a Surveil Land or a Triome. Triumph, so I may have been right to hedge my bets against a Sign of Draco. Stomping Grounds, tapped, however. Draw. Another Strict Serenade. We'll play the Verdant Catacomb and fetch for a forest. And cast Writhing Chrysalis. And hold. So now even if they play a Scion, it's not the end of the world. Calibrated Blast is online. We can kick Mycospawn next turn. We'll want to get rid of Hidden Volcano. His throws. It is indeed. There's the Blast. Yield all. Blast through the breach. Did not expect to see that. 5 damage. So we'll definitely want a Bajuka Bog next turn after the kick. That way they can't retrace throws. 5 damage down to 11. And draw. I will kick the Myco Spawn. Hit the Hidden Volcano. And Bajuka Bog target you, getting rid of Blast as well as throws. Hit you for 4. And pass. Spara's headquarters tapped. Is it another Calibrated Blast? It could kill me. Karuga to hand. We'll draw Utopia Sprawl. So we already have red. We'll go for blue. Hold up the Strix Serenade. Go to combat. Swing for 7. Down to 8. Lethal is on board. At this point, they will need a Calibrated Blast to win, I'd imagine. But I'll scoop it up. We take the win. Solid. All right. With that, we'll be back for match 2. All right, back for match 2. On the draw for game 1, we'll show the gemstone. Do we pitch the breeding pool? I think we do. We'll pitch the breeding pool and pass. This allows for a turn to Chrysalis or K-Command X2 as it currently stands. Watergrave tapped and draw. Okay, well, Talisman does change that a bit. We'll play Misty Rainforest Fetch. We'll go for a Forest, cast Talisman, and pass, and pass. Well, now it's tempting not to imprint the Ugin. Grixis colors for Frog. There's Frog. We'll K-Command then. We'll draw. Commercial District. Do we imprint the Ugin is the question. Maybe draw into an untapped land. We can potentially play the Ugin, which that could just potentially win us the game. We don't have to imprint here, I don't think. Instead, K-Commanding for 2, exiling the Frog. Of course, we could K-Command for 3. Goes 3, 4, 5, 6. If we draw into a land, I guess either way, as we draw into a land, we can play the Ugin. Yeah. So we'll imprint the Ugin, cast, ramp, and exile the Frog. And done. Do you have a force? Pitching Oculus. So this looks like it might be Grixis Reanimator. So Oculus and Yard. We'll see if it is in fact Reanimator if they have a persist. We'll hold. Is that a persist or an unearth? That is an unearth. That's fine. They do play Spell Pierce main in Reanimator. If I'm not mistaken, Emperor Bones. That will resolve. See if I can find a Reanimator list. Yep. And yeah, it looks like 2 Spell Pierce, but they're tapped out now. Oculus will manifest Dread. If I can find an untapped land, I think this should be GG's. We don't, we find a K command, which is honestly just as good here. They don't play Harbinger main anymore, so let us start with Writhing Chrysalis. Yield all. And then K command 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess we can also surveil land. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can use 2 here, but I guess that means that I need to ramp. Ramp exile, exile the Auk. So in that case, we're ramping, we can sack all. Yes. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Leaving back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So if I want to play Ugin next turn, I do need to ramp. So in that case, yes, we will ramp. We will exile the Auk. X equals 4. And done. Always yield. Auk down. Commercial district surveil. K return to yard. And pass. And hold. Opponent will scoop it up, revealing Thoughtseize. And solid win for game 1. Let's move to game 2. Looking at a Reanimator list, Consign Memory will be coming in. So, Return's not bad still. Dismember's good. Unholy Heat's relevant. Grafdigger's Cage is good. It's not often they're going to be hard casting, but a Strix Serenade on a Frog is very solid. Let's see, do I have Reanimator on my list? I do not have it on my list of matchups. I don't have land instructions, so Ice Till can drop. We can trim a Rumble. I think trim an Emrakul as far as 7 value spells are concerned. We definitely want the Grafdiggers. I think honestly we could probably keep this as is, though I think you could just as easily argue for Strix Serenade over the K returns, just because, like I said, being able to Strix Serenade a Frog is very strong. Because Frog is the main way they're going to be pitching cards to yard outside of Faithless Looting. So I think there's some give and take there. K-Return takes a bit of setup, but it does sweep Oculus. It does sweep Archon of Cruelty. Emperor Bones, of course. We'd have to have a fetch specifically on one in order to hold up the Strix Serenade. Maybe it's better on the play than on the draw. We'll bring the Strix Serenade in. We'll see how it works. No Strix Serenade. Hand's a bit odd. It is keepable, though. Would love to see a Forest off the top, though. Either that or a 7-mana value spell. Bloodstain Mire fetch, 19. Thoughtseize on 1. Takes the K command, I'd imagine. Either that or Faithless Looting on 1. Faithless Looting on 1. I mean, if they have a Persist or an Earth on 2, we are in a bit of trouble since we don't have interaction yet. We'll play the Temple and then nothing much else. Oh, there's the Archon. We really need to hope that they do not have something next turn. Windswept Heath fetch. For a forest. Utopia Sprawl for red. And pass. And pass. I mean, if they do persist the Archon, I think we'll have to angle into the Rumble to try and turn on this Unholy Heat. That might be one of my better chances. Frog or persist the Archon. We can pitch K command. That will put 3 types in yard. Rumble will be the 4th. So in that case, yes. It's pretty awkward. I mean, we should be able to hit. We should be able to hit a 4th with a Rumble. I'd be shocked. So let's go Talisman. We can play the Temple. Temple, Rumble, hold up red, Unholy Heat. Yeah, let's do that. Draw. I mean, we could even go K command X1. I think I do want to hold it. So we will Rumble. There's almost no way we don't hit another type. So there's Chrysalis Sanctum. I will grab Chrysalis. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll grab Chrysalis, and then we are going to Unholy Heat the Archon, and pass, and pass. Next turn we can play Chrysalis, Lab, Imprint, Sire, hold up K command. If you have another persist, we are in a bit of trouble. Oh boy. In that case, how do we want to proceed? I think we pitch the Chrysalis question mark? Or do I pitch the Sire? Honestly, the Sire's pretty mid. Unless we're able to get an additional body on board is the problem. I mean, we're able to lab K command X equals 3. Maybe that's the line. The alternative is to pitch the Sire, play the Chrysalis, hold up lab. Yes. So we'll pitch the Sire. Because we should be able to grow Chrysalis and be able to execute the Archon. It's Perfect Springs, tapped. We draw Talisman. So we'll start with Writhing Chrysalis. Yield all. Play lab, no imprint, and pass. Go to combat, trigger. Trigger 1. always yield. Trigger 2. This is a little bit concerning. I wonder if I should have done this while they are tapped out, but then it means that they could have used removal to get rid of the remaining spawn. K command top, draw, trigger, sack the spawn, pitch the talisman, grow the chrysalis, go to blocks, we block, Archon down. Do you have another persist? No shot. I mean, what do I do about that? What do I do about that? We pitched a K command, we're down to 7. I mean, I feel like we played that flawlessly and we just absolutely got punished. We'll concede. God damn. Alright, loss for game 2. Let's move to game 3. We'll trim out the gemstone, bring in the rumble, and let's run it back. That's wild. Three persists. I feel like we played that all correctly. We just couldn't get through 3 persist on 1 Archon. On the play for game 3, this hand really doesn't do too much. I mean, number of hits off top, if we're looking at it more carefully. We have K command, we have rumble, right? So we have decent hits, but short of that, it really doesn't do too much. So I think I might have to mulligan here. Okay, hand's interesting. I will keep, we'll pitch the forest, stun, reveal, devourer, trigger. What do we find? There's Myco. We can play Myco on 2. Unfortunate that we see the Bajuka Bog in here. I think we take the Myco. Ugin Lab. Imprint Devourer. Play the Talisman and pass. And pass. There is a world where we sandbag the Myco. Watergrave. Tapped. Draw. I am tempted to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're short on Ugin regardless. However, by not playing the Myco spawn, we could draw into a 7 mana value spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'd still be short on the Devourer, but we would be able to cast any of our 7 mana value spell, Eldrazi. But knocking him off a land might be enough. So we'll play the Windswept Teeth and pass. We'll set up our next draw of a commercial district. Is this a frog? It is a frog. We'll fetch. Let's not belabor the point. Commercial district, surveil. Rainforest. Well, actually, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rainforest top. Frog. And draw. Temple. Kick the Myco. Take out the Watery Grave. I'll grab another Temple. And we'll pass. Yeah, I think sandbagging was correct here because now opponent needs something to pitch, a land persist. So that's be 3 cards out of their current 6. Or I guess out of the 7 down to 6 now. Steam Vent Shock to 17. Worst case scenario here is an Archon. So they persist the Archon. We sacrifice the Myco. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we pitch the Ugin. This way we can play the Misty Rainforest fetch and cast Devour to exile the Archon. I believe that is correct. So pitch the Ugin. Quite unfortunate. Frog will connect down to 14. They draw a card up to 6. We'll draw. Talisman. Play Misty Rainforest. Fetch Misty Rainforest for a forest. Return Devourer to hand. Cast Devourer. Devourer will eat the Archon and will pass. So I mean, I feel like we played that all correctly. It just comes down to whether or not opponent has more gas left in the tank. This frog alone, I think, does present a 2-turn clock is the problem. Looks like a Faithless Looting if I had to guess. Yep, Faithless Looting. I mean, the worst case scenario here is another Archon. No Archon in yard, though. Do you find your land drop for turn? I imagine you float the frog. They choose not to. I mean, I think I have to block. Not blocking here I don't think serves me any purpose. They are then going to pitch 4 cards in order to run over the Devourer. If we draw into something to remove the remove the frog, then we might be in a good spot. Yep, we'll block. I'd rather they not get more cards, force them again to pitch 4. Oculus to yard. So they might have an Unearth for second main phase then. Second Oculus to yard. So they might be missing a land. Fulminator Mage. Definitely missing a land. And Thoughtseize. Alright, is the last card an Unearth? Oh, they did have a land. Why not? Interesting. I don't feel like that had to be that aggressive. Is that a persist? It is a persist on Oculus. So, more or less correct. We now need a way to clear the board. This is representing 10, 12, 13 for lethal damage, as I was correct. We'll draw. It's our last draw here. Shifting Woodland will not cut it, as we do not have a 4th type in yard. Even if we did, the best thing we could reanimate or a copy would be Devourer, so unfortunately we will concede. Yeah, if we were able to land the Ugin instead of the Devourer, that Talisman would look a lot better because then we could draw, exile something, gain some life, but unfortunately we were forced to angle for the Devourer instead. Unfortunate, but I feel like we played that well. We'll be back for match number 3. Alright, we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. Hand's workable, though a little bit slow. Reverting Catacomb pass. Put a pause on end step. Flooded Strand fetch 19. Sacred Foundry shock for an Ocelot Pride. Oh, it's a Ragavan, for frick's sake. Alright, we fetch. I'd love to see a temple here off this commercial district. Emrakul. Emrakul to yard. Draw. Another Myco. Shock Breeding Pool for Rumble. Rumble finds a lab. We'll grab the lab and pass. We'll hold in case they discharge the spawn. We have a K return, so I feel comfortable blocking here. Best case scenario, though, of course, we draw into a 7-mana value spell. We will block. Arena of Glory definitely looks like energy. Is this a Johnny? Pass and full, so we're going to K return here on 2. Again, would like to either see a land or would like to see a 7-mana value spell. We'll draw. A second Rumble. Not the best thing to see, but it is workable. No imprint and K return sweep and pass. Next turn we can Rumble again, or if we draw into a land we can Myco spawn and ramp. There's the Guide of Souls and another Ragavan. It is another Ragavan. Guide of Souls will trigger up to 18 in 1 energy. Elegant Parlor Surveil. Keeps it on top. And redraw. Talisman. We could play Talisman first into Rumble. I think that is correct. So I'll play the Talisman. Cast Rumble. Find Wooded Foothills. Play Wooded Foothills. I could consider fetching here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We could consider fetching and playing the Talisman, but I think I'm going to hold to block the Rag. Arena of Glory, 3 in hand. Opponent will cast a Johnny. So they are now able to float the Rag. Do they float the Rag? Attacks of Guide, attacks of Rag. And we'll use that to float the Rag. We'll take 4, no blocks then. Let's see if they hit a land. We'll take 5 down to 12. 2 left in hand. Ragavan will connect and finds a forest. That's fine. We're going to be going down to 11. Opponent will bombardment. Paying cost, maybe not. Second a Johnny, honestly just as bad. A Johnny will flip. We'll yield all. So now we need a way to get rid of this Johnny, though at the very least we need to get rid of Ragavan. A Johnny will hit me for 5, down to 7 I'd imagine. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A Johnny hits me, down to 7. Alright, we're gonna fetch down to 6, Stomping Ground, no shock, and draw. And draw. Shifting Woodland. We have an Emrakul in yard. So we can do one of a few things here. I mean, we can K-command out the Rag. But the problem is the Johnny is presenting lethal damage. So what we might need to do is dig for our second K return. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to play a land. We're going to K command scry draw, exile the rag. We're going to need to keep a red source up. We're going to dig for... Nope, actually we need to keep 2 back. Scry draw, exile the rag. Yeah, so we have to keep 3 back. I almost wish I kept that Emrakul. I wasn't sure whether or not we were going to be able to get to it as the problem since we didn't have the extra land to guarantee it. X equals 2. We find Sanctum, we find Chrysalis. Neither are what we need. Sire is nice, though unfortunately late to the party. We will concede. Okay. So this is energy, lost for game 1. We'll bring Unholy Heat, Dismember, K return, trimming out Cavernous Souls, Gemstone Caverns, and what else? An Emrakul. We'll need to trim out 1 more card since we have the second K return. Or rather, the third K return now. What do we trim out? Keep the Bajuka Bog. I suppose we can trim out the Ghost Quarter. Yeah, let's do that. Let's look like an energy list. Haven't looked at energy in a hot minute. Are they still on 2 mana tithes? Is that happening still? I freaking hope not. Doesn't look like it's been horribly relevant, horribly played, so hopefully you don't have to play around Mana Tithe. That is unfortunately a mulligan. This is not much better. If I had a forest here, I think it's a keep, but as is, I think it's a mulligan down to 5. Mulligan again. And we will keep this one. So we go Forest, Sprawl Red. I think I want to keep Rumble K return. I would like this Ice still, though. I'm not sure I can keep it is the problem. Yeah. Forest, Sprawl Red. Verdant Cat. So I think we drop the lab, we drop the Ice still, and we hope for the best off the Rumble. Windswept Teeth Fetch. Forest. Sprawl. Red. Pass. And pass. We likely won't need Decay return on turn 1, though we're going to see March Flats fetch, Sacred Foundry Shock. If the Ragavan, that would be a bit unfortunate. Thankfully it's not. It's an Ocelot Pride. We will draw then. Myco Spawn's a good hit. I will use Malevolent Rumble. I will take Temple. However, we will play Verdant Catacomb and pass and hold for potential kicked Myco Spawn on 3. They will attack with Ocelot Pride. We will let it connect. Down to 18. Second main. Opponent will play Flooded Strand and passing. End step, Pride Trigger. Always yield. Verdant Catacomb fetch. Surveil. K command on top. And draw. Eldrazi Temple, kick Mycospawn, and we'll be kicking the Sacred Foundry. Sacred Foundry down. Is Charmel still pretty standard in the side? 1.9 and 34, so not horribly prevalent, but still enough to be a consideration. The question then becomes, I mean, they can't play it next turn, so I think it's still safe to go Eldrazi Temple here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go Eldrazi Temple and pass. Imagine Fledstrand fetch Surveil. Yep. That is fine. Keeps it on top. We'll hold. Arena of Glory into a Johnny. We'll pass in full. So now next turn we can K return. A Johnny's how big? Loyalty-wise, 3. So I mean, we could block. We're going to sweep regardless. So we block, a Johnny flips, a Johnny makes a cat. We then sweep, hit down a Johnny. I mean, we either, basically we're taking either additional 1, or we're either taking 2 or dealing them 3. I think it might be better for us just to not block here and then sweep. Draw. Chrysalis. This is red. So we can Chrysalis into K return, yes. So I will cast Chrysalis. Yield all. And trigger 1, trigger 2, K return, yield all. Go to combat, swing for 3, and pass. I mean, worst case scenario here is a Charmaw, but the Chrysalis can block it. Pyro's fine. They play their land for turn. We'll pass in full. Next turn we can K command and go digging. We'll draw. Pajuka Bog. Let's see if they want to block the Pyro first. Attack with all. Okay, so they chose not to block. This represents 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We find another K command, we win on the spot, yeah? I'm going to try for it. X equals 5. There's the K command. So again, we're looking at 7. Yes, this should be enough. And opponent scoops it up. Cool. Yeah, you always need to be careful about instant speed ramping Chrysalis. Alright, solid win there for game 2. We'll bring in the gemstone, trim a rumble, and run it back. Utopia Sprawler or a red source would do a lot for this hand. Opponent will keep their opening 7. I will keep as well. I'll reveal Devour, Earn, pass. Flooded Strand, fetch 19 for. Sacred Foundry, shock 4. Ragavan. So we really do want that red source here. Well, we do find Talisman of Impulse, though that is a little bit delayed. Definitely less than ideal. I'll grab the talisman. We'll play a forest, and we'll pass and pass. Ragavan will connect. I mean, they could Blood Moon on 2, which is less than ideal. But since we do have a basic forest, it does help. The talisman will help as well. Ragavan connects, down to 18. Ragavan pilfers an Ice Till. That would have also been nice. Plays a Marsh Flats, fetch, down to 16. Sacred Foundry shock, so not Blood Moon. For Molten Rain. Well, shit. I need a lab now. We'll draw. Windswept Teeth will work. We'll hold up the Windswept Teeth. That turn 2 Molten Rain, pretty freaking good. Opponent will Surveil. Is energy back on Molten Rain now? Is that what I'm seeing? Rather than Charmal? Keeps it on top. Opponent will move to combat. I'll fetch Windswept Teeth for a Stomping Ground Shocked. And we will not belabor the point. Ragavan will be hit by an Unholy Heat. Second main phase. Opponent will cast Guide of Souls. And move to end step. Hopefully they don't play Charmal and Molten Rain, though usually it's either one or the other. Utopia Sprawl is nice. Lab. Talisman. The question is whether or not to hold up the Unholy Heat or Utopia Sprawl. Honestly, I don't see a... Like, the only benefit of the Utopia Sprawl would be if we can then draw into another temple to play the Devourer, or another land to kick a Myco Spawn, which could be relevant. But I think instead I'm going to hold the Heat. Draw. Arid Mesa, 3 in hand. They do have Charmaw mana. Go to combat. Guide of Souls will attack. No blocks. 14 all. Second main. Paying cost for. Flage. Did we see Bajukabog yet? We have not. Flage will enter Trigger Guide. Will yield all. Go to end step. I guess I do question now whether or not I want to Unholy Heat the Guide with 2 left in hand. Taking the Guide off board does seem correct. And draw. Ooh, well, hello there. We will tuck the Devourer of Destiny. Do I want to Utopia Sprawl now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One shy of a Devourer, but it would mean we have to go to 9, which is not exactly appealing. Not to mention, there's a world where they do have Mana Tithe, and I guess I should respect that possibility. I'll hit the Sacred Foundry. Bajukabog, target you. Flage is out. Next turn we can play Writhing Chrysalis. Arid Mesa fetch down to 17. Elegant Parlor surveils. Keeps it on top, and we'll pass. Casting Charmaw hits Lab. Yep, unfortunate, but acceptable. There's Rumble. We're gonna sandbag the Rumble. We're gonna have to ping ourselves for one regardless, so we'll use Utopia Sprawl for green. Writhing Chrysalis yield all, and we'll hold no attacks. Once again, opponent has 2 in hand. Paying cost for Season Pyro, pitch 2, draw 2. What do you pitch? Orange Chant and Flage. That Flage is a bit of a problem. I imagine no attacks. We're in a bit of a stalemate. We'll draw. Ooh, get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. That was probably one of the best draws we could have asked for. Ugin. Exile the Charmaw. Yield all. And but we'll just scoop it up on the spot. We'll take the win. Solid. Alright, we'll be back for match number 4. Alright, we're back for match 4. On the play for game 1, I will keep. This is a good Ice Till hand. We'll reveal what we find. Nothing too amazing, honestly. I mean, Exiling Shifting Woodland kind of feels meh, but I think it's fair to do so right now. So we'll draw fresh. And we'll pass. And pass. Marshflat's fetch, 19 for. Sacred Foundry Shock. Is this energy again? Osla Pride looks like it. So in that case, I will Wooded Foothill fetch for a forest. Cast Ice Till. Play Wooded Foothill, always yield. There's a Talisman. We'll hold the Wooded Foothill back and pass. Arena of Glory for a Johnny. We'll put a pause on end step then. I imagine they attack with an Ocelot Pride. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No blocks. Fetch Wooded Foothill, Surveil. Yield all. Sire to yard, Rumble to top, Pride trigger, and draw. So in that case, let's start with Rumble. Actually, do we want to start with Rumble? Yes, we'll start with Rumble. Rumble finds Emrakul and Mycospawn. So we'll get 4, 5, 6. We can kick a Mycospawn. So let's look at types in Yard here for a second. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We then play 10, 11, and mill an additional 2. I mean, do we take the Hail Mary? I think we do. So that's 5 types in Yard. Wooded Foothills, mill. Let's fetch for a forest, fetch, mill 2. There's temple, mill, and I believe that's enough. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. one short. Damn. Right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Shit. We'll pass. You just need one more type in yard. I mean, at least we're primed for Emrakul, so as long as we don't die on the spot, we should be in a pretty good position. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So blocking with the spawn makes sense here. We'll go to blocks. We'll block with the spawn. Prior to damage, we will sack. This way they don't get another cat, and they have not gained life. Down to 12. If you have a bombardment, we're in trouble. A second Ocelot Pride is fine. Do you have the bombardment? Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Goes to end step. We'll draw. Unfortunately, they're shifting woodlands in exile. Still think it was right not to choose it given the hand we had. I suppose we should play around the possibility of a Mana Tithe. Flooded Strand, fetch, plains. Do you have a Thraben Charm? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12 potentially. They do have the Thraben Charm. That will be my yard gone. Draw. Sprawl. Okay. So, in that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, regardless. I believe we only have... No, we have both shocks left. Oh no, we have one shock left because we have Stomping Ground in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in that case, let's sprawl. We'll say for red. Emrakul to yard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fetch. Breeding Pool. Tapped. Devour to yard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Lab. No imprint. Return Devour to hand. And exile a Johnny. At this point, I'll pass in full, no attacks. We have 2 blockers for the Prides. If they attack all out, we go down to 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we do have enough mana for Emrakul next turn. Flage Helix target me, I'd imagine, down to 8. They can push me down to 5. Surveil. They're getting very close to hasting that Flage. Triggers the Prides. We draw. In that case, I will play the Temple Miller card. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So in that case, we can cast Chrysalis and trigger yield all. We don't have to worry about Mana Tithe. Though I guess what we can do, Stomping Ground tapped, mill a card. And 1 trigger, 2 trigger. Yield all. Okay, would love to see a fetch so I can haste in this Flage. We'll pass in full, no attacks. Another Flage in hand. Well, that's concerning. Okay. How do we proceed? I mean, we can Flage Helix one of their cards. Maybe we go Guide of Souls, Flage Helix, Haste. The thing is, they can still play the Flage next turn, they just can't haste it. Yeah. Awkward. Go to main. So if we go Plains, Guide, Flage, Helix, they go up to 24. Right now we can hit them for how much? 19, 23, 25. The thing is, if I attack with both Ocelot Prides, so I don't think we go into the Guide of Souls, actually. Flage, Helix. Okay, because yeah, if we go Guide of Souls, goes up to 24, up to 26. Right now, I can only deal 17, 23, 25. So we need to keep it open for 25 damage. We can't let them get above that. Which I guess in that case, how do you want to proceed? $23, Helix Pride, 24. The thing is, they can then go up to 27 with the Flage. That means even if we can get rid of the Flage plus Sweep Board, we're not there. We could Flage, Helix Self, or not even play Flage. We attack in, we block 4, they go up to 22, leaving 4 behind. That might be the right call. In that case, let's go to combat, attack, 1, 2, 3, 4, and go to blocks. I'll block. So we block, 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 and block. I'll go up to 22. We could play their Flage from Yard, but I don't think that serves us any real purpose. Again, we could Flage Helix Self up to 20, or Helix a Cat up to 25. Honestly, I think just Flage Helix Self might be correct. So let's do that. We're going to exert their land. Flage Helix Self, and then sacrifice. At this point, we pass, and pass. What we're going to need more or less here is a way to exile the Flage and Sweep Board. If we can draw into a K command here, we might be able to get there. Very big might. Because they go up to 25. And we said we can deal 17, 23, 25 exactly. So yes, they can go up to 25. I guess they can go up to 20. No, they can't go up to 26 because they escape the flage. So this open keeps us open to lethal damage on board. Let's see. Comes down to our top deck at the end of the day. Because we get on to 5. Yep. What do we draw? Cavern of Souls is not it. We don't have Worldbreaker in deck, so digging deeper doesn't really do us any real good right now. We can attack with Emrakul and hit them for 13. That'll put them down to 12. The problem then becomes that if they attack with Flage and put us down to 2, they'll go up to 15, meaning they still have lethal on board. Not to mention, if they're able to remove even one creature, we're dead. Because we block, we block, we block, and block. Oh, actually, I think I have to keep, because, yeah, if they attack with Flage, we block, 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 then we die, so we have to keep the Emrakul up. Alright, we pass. There's nothing much else we can do here. We'll pass again in full. We know they have a Guide of Souls in hand. Thankfully, they can't haste it with Arena of Glory. There's Guide. 2 unknowns. What are they? Hasting. That's concerning. Is this a Pyro? No, it might be 2 different cards that they're hasting. A Johnny triggers the Guide. I think they win here. Another Johnny. Oh, yeah. Well, yes, that will do it. The second Johnny for the flip will do it. A hell of a 2 draws there, because, yeah, they just draw a Johnny. So, yeah, we lose on the spot then. Alright, not much we can do about that. Rumble. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, we would have been able to recast Emrakul, but I'm still not sure that would have been enough. Damn. Alright, we bring in Heat, bring in Dismember, bring in a 3rd K return. We trim out the Cavern, the Gemstone, and Emrakul, and Ghost Quarter, and run it back. Alright, so again, we'll have to play around the possibility of Charmaw, Blood Moon. Not much we can do about Molten Rain outside of just doing proper sequencing. So we'll see what we can do. Alright, back for match 2. On the play for game 1. Oh, double Rumble, hand, K-Command, and Emrakul. I hate it, but let's keep it. We're at the Bajukabog U, not what I want to do here. We'll pass, but it is good enough. Sacred Foundry Shock 4. Guide of Souls. Draw Unholy Heat. Interesting. Stomping Ground Shock. Do I care about the Guide of Souls right now? No. Let's instead Malevolent Rumble. I will grab a land for next turn, yeah? And I will pass 2 types in yard. We'll hold in case they discharge the spawn. Sacred Foundry, Shock to 16. Onslaught Pride triggers Guide. Not much we can do about that. Next turn we can K-Command. Guide will attack. 17 all. Ocelot Pride triggers. Guide triggers. And we'll draw. Verdant Cat. I will Verdant Cat fetch for a forest. Cast Rumble. Actually, do I want to cast Rumble or do I want to cast Talisman? Cast Talisman, then Rumble. No, we'll cast Rumble here. Ice Till, Commercial District, return. We want return in yard. I will grab the Ice Till. 5 types in yard. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1 short of Emrakul. We'll hold up the heat. 6 in hand. Go to combat. We could add a type to yard by using K commands. We'd ramp exile 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I will take the 3 down to 13. We'll hold up the heat. Second main. Bombardment. In response, we're going to ping out the Ocelot Pride. Do bombardment the spawn. We'll sack in response. I was about to say, I doubt that you fire off the next one. End step. And draw 5 in hand, kicked Myco spawn. Yes. We will imprint, and we will kick. So with them down to 1, they can go up to 2, meaning that we can grab the temple. And we will pass, again, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Still too short on the Emrakul, however. Paying cost for discharge. Discharge will resolve. Guide of Souls will attack down to 12. We'll draw. Sprawl. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I will sprawl for green. I will then cast Ice Till. Actually, how do I want to do this? We could Temple X1. No. Yeah, because I don't want to tap down Emrakul, but being only at 1 land, actually, we can tap down the Emrakul. Hold on. That's fine. So we can Ice Till. I will grab Verdant Catacombs and mill a card. There's Lab. I don't want to play another color source right now. I will fetch Commercial District for a Forest, mill a card. Another K return. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll Talisman. Verdant Catacomb, mill a card. And we will hold K command. Go to combat. No attacks. End step. I'll fetch Verdant Cat for a forest. Mill a card. I'm going to hold this K command. There's a non-zero chance they have an orange chant in hand. We'll draw and draw. Ugin. Honestly, I don't even need to play this Emrakul now. So in that case, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ugin. Ugin Exile Bombardment. We hold up the K command. We'll plus Ugin, draw a card. Chrysalis. Verdant Catacomb mill. Fetch Verdant Catacomb. Unfortunately, it looks like... Oh, we already have the Stomping Guard on top. Yeah, on board. Breeding Pool tapped. And mill. And we'll go Commercial District. And mill. Temple. Heat top. And hold. Again, no reason to attack here. We also are holding up the K command. I mean, Path to Exile and Ice Till's pretty rude, but fine. We will not search. Again, we'll hold up the K command. You can hit the Ugin if you want. I'm not too pressed. Instead, they go at me. Interesting. Go down to 11. End step. Return Emrakul to hand. We'll draw. Ugin plus draw. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Orange chant, kind of rude. I'll Unholy Heat the guide. Play a lab. No imprint. Hold up K command and hold. They probably should have held the orange chant for after the Ugin though, right? We draw. In that case, I'm just going to Ugin alt. Yeah, I feel like they should have held the orange chant for this exact moment. And done. So we'll just go Emrakul cast, triggers. I'm going to say always no, always yield, always yield. Kick Mycospawn, 1, 2. Search, kick, yield all. Shifting Woodland. Cast, search, yield all. Sanctum of Ugin. Cast, always yield. Cast. Sire, triggers, yield all. No. Devourer cast. Target. Yield all. No. Talisman. Talisman. Also, I'm not even going to bother with the second one. Alright, red, green, 2. And pass. Fetch. We'll see your sideboard plan. Molten Rain. Molten Rain. Okay. Doesn't look like Charmaws, though. Looks like Clarion Conqueror's Dampening Spheres instead. Noted. Pass. And hold on the off chance, though I don't think you have anything. Surveil. I mean, this is definitely lethal on board. Draw, rumble, go to combat, attack with all. And done. Okay. Let's move the sideboard, gemstone in, rumble out. Let's run it back. On the draw for game 3. So Molten Rain, Damp Sphere. So we kind of want to stay away from Soul Land hands. This hand's a bit rough too, but if you find a land, the K return's great. I'll keep. I'll pass. Opponent also kept opening 7 planes for an Ocelot Pride. Nope, Guided Souls. Draw, Breeding Pool, Utopia Sprawl for red, and pass. And pass. Guided Souls, Arid Mesa, fetch 24, Ocelot Pride. If so, we'll go K command, I think. Static Prison's pretty rude, honestly. Guided Souls triggers. They will not use the ability because they want that Static Prison. We'll draw. Breeding Pool, Shock, Rumble. I will grab Temple and pass. Hold up, Dismember. Paying cost 4. Yeah, Static Prison isn't in a lot of lists anymore, so surprised to see it here. Looks like it's one copying 43% of decks. One's thinking hard here on this cast. So we definitely Temple next turn, hold up K command. Question is whether or not we dismember a guide. Sacred Foundry, Shock 16 for Flage ETBs, target spawn. In response, I will sack, yield all. Prior to combat, I will dismember a Guide of Souls and pass. Guide of Souls will attack. Will they hit me for 3? They do. We'll draw. There's a Sprawl. Sprawl is mana neutral for red. We'll hold up the K command for X equals 2. Static Prison triggers. We are in the reds. We need to be mindful of our time. Elegant Parlor Surveil. Do we need need to be also mindful of that Flasion Yard. Go to combat. We're going to K command ramp and exile the Guidasouls. Guidasouls is down. Let's not belabor the point. Go to second main. Paying cost for Damping Sphere. I'd like a land off top so I can cast this Sire through that. We'll draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will cast Talisman. And hold up the K return, but ideally I'm going to be able to play Ugin or Sire. I will choose green and attach it to the forest. Sacred Foundry tapped and passing. Draw Bajukabog, target you. Cast Cyrus 7 Death. I'll not. And pass. Next we can play the Ugin. And hold. Paying cost for a Johnny. A Johnny will trigger. I will draw. Verdant Cat. Ugin will attempt to exile a Johnny. Do you have a discharge? You do not. I'll draw a card. Devourer, we go to combat, swing with Cyrus 7 Death. Paying cost for Path to Exile, yield all. Yes, for a forest tapped. Paying cost for another Johnny. And that is fine. Go to combat, swing at me or Ugin. I imagine Ugin. Yep. We'll go to blocks. After that, I'm going to just fetch, surveil, K command top, and pass in full. Draw. I'm going to cast Devourer of Destiny. Ugin exile, Devour exile, yield all. And yes, goodbye cat, Ugin plus, and pass, and pass. I mean, this should just be GG's at this point. Pyro, pass in full. We do need to be worried about orange chance. I'm not going to Ugin alt then unless they're tapped down. Ocelot Pride, they're tapped down. In that case, we are going to Ugin alt. Devourer, Emrakul, Myco, Ugin, Chrysalis, and done. We are going to Myco kick. Yield all. Temple. Myco kick. Yield all. Temple. We should probably cast Emrakul while it's cheap. We'll cast Devourer. 1, 2, 3. Devourer, exile. And that is 4, so I can't actually. Whoopsie. That's fine though. We have what we need. Ocelot Pride in hand. Damping Sphere. Don't need the worry. We'll pass. And that should be the game, I'm pretty certain. Ocelot Pride. And is this GG's? We have K return in hand if they want to play anything else. Ragavan, K return, and pass. Swing for lethal, and game. Whew! It is always a joy playing against Damien Despacito. They are a very good player, so always solid to get a clean win. Even if we are at a significant time disadvantage. We had a lot of lines we had to consider at times. But we'll be back for match number 5. Alright, we're back for match 5 on the draw for game 1. So we revealed Gemstone. Supposedly our opponent's on Tron. So I guess the question is this. How do we want to proceed? So we go Temple, Talisman. Do we pitch the return or pitch the lab? Tempted to pitch the lab here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you definitely want to keep the Wooded Foothills. I'm not certain that it's Tron. So if it is something else, maybe keep the returns. We are in the blind, but opponent did play Tron 4 days ago. So I think I pitched lab. Yeah, we'll pitch lab here. And pass. It's Tron. Okay. No map. Might just be natural Tron. There's Ice Till. We'll play Temple. We'll play Talisman. We'll pass. And pass. So next turn we can fetch Forest Ice Till. There's Mind Stone. We'll draw. Sire's Seven Death is good. Fetch Wooded Foothills for a forest. Ice Till, Wooded Foothill, mill a card, Temple, and pass. Do you have Natty Tron? They do not. They took a gamble, and it does not seem to have paid off. Do you have Karn on 3? Could have TKS as well. TKS hitting Sire 7 Death is relevant. But we're going to go digging for a Ghost Quarter. They're holding up maybe a K command. In that case, I think I hold. Yeah? Because we do this now, they K command XL 2 in yard. Yeah, we'll hold. We'll draw. Sire. Temple, mill. Lab. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we can play another 2. Leaving 2, 4. So we can't. I guess we could imprint. Yeah. We could imprint. Lab. Imprint. Sire. Mill. K-return. Fetch. In that case, I guess actually let's go. Sire is 7 death. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, wait. 1 second. How many have I played? Played Lab, played Temple. We'd only be able to play one more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. So we can play one more. Ice Till. Fetch. Forest. Mill. Misty Rainforest. Mill. Misty Rainforest. Fetch. Forest. Mill. Cast. Cyrus 7 death. Trigger yield all. No. Go to combat. If you had a K command, I feel like you would have already fired it off. So what the fresh hell's in your hand? Down to 18. Do you K command? Paying cost. Okay, it looks like it is a K command X2. That's fine. It is fine. I mean, they could take this Sire. I'm not sure I care, though, at this point. Bottom, draw. I mean, if I can just find Ghost Quarter, we win on the spot, right? What did you find, friend? Like, we have an early Sire. We have another Sire lined up, unless you find Karn into Liquid Metal, but even then, you can't get it off board. So we get a Sire next turn. I mean, this feels like GG's. Karn into Bridge would definitely help them. There's not much I can do about Karn into Bridge, short of these Emrakuls. I only have one more left in deck. I do wonder, I mean, if Tron sees an increase in play rate, we should definitely probably play a one of World Breaker. But I mean, it's not heavily represented right now. 1.7%. There's Flesh Raker, that's fine. There's Karn. So they can get Bridge. I mean, yeah, at this point we're just digging for Ghost Quarter. So Karn into... I imagine Bridge. You have to go for Bridge right now, right? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that? Because I'm going to hit down Karn, guaranteed. You go Liquid Metal, but I don't care. Yep, there's the Bridge. We'll draw. Shifting Woodland is pretty good, but not what I want right now. Wooded Foothill, Mill, Wooded Foothill, Fetch. Commercial District. Mill, Surveil, Sprawl Yard. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, K return clear. Wooded Foothill. Fetch. Stomping Ground. Tapped. Okay, at this point, doesn't really feel worth it to dig any further. Alright, so I'm going to cast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. K return clear. Play Temple Mill. Return Sire to hand. There's my 3 Emrakuls now. Well, we're kind of in trouble, aren't we? Yeah. So the best way we can win this is by finding Ghost Quarter and making so that they can't play anything ever again. That's kind of our out here, is just dig for Ghost Quarter. And then we start attacking in once they can't play anything. Bridge. Draw. Sanctum, trigger. Show me my Ghost Quarter, please. Cavernous Souls, trigger, name Eldrazi. Where is it? Ugin Lab, mill cards. No imprint. There's Bajuka Bog. It's somehow even lower. What the fresh hell? Go to combat. Attack for 4, down to 7. I need to find my Ghost Quarter, though. It's not in here, right? I'm not blind. No. Devour Urn. Eats an Ice Till. Freaking rude is what that is. Do I have another Ice Till in yard? No, I learned 2. Never mind. Draw. Myco. Myco will kick. We'll finally find the godforsaken Ghost Quarter now. So I will kick Power Plant, Ghost Quarter, mill, Ghost Quarter, hit, lab. Ghost Quarter, mill, Ghost Quarter, hit, Power Plant, Ghost Quarter, mill, Ghost Quarter, hit, Temple? Or do we just hold it? I think we can just hold it right now in case they find Karn into Tormod's Crypt. And 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. In that case, I will pass, no attacks. So yeah, K Commander, Karn, and Tormod's Crypt is what ruins us here, I think. Opponent sees the writing on the wall. We're just going to strip out their lands until they can't play anything. They'll draw cards, and we swing. We got there through the bridge. Solid. Alright. So, let's see here. I should have Tron. Yeah, because all we do at that point is we just Ghost Quarter them out another 3 times until they have no lands left. And then we just pass go until we just Alpha Strike in. So, yeah, good stuff. Let's see here. So I probably want Fade, Strict Serenade, Unholy Heat, K Return, Cavernous Souls, Bajuka Bog, a Rumble, and I suppose Ugin? Cavernous Souls. We want the fades in. Want the Emeralds, Sires, Gemstone Ghost Quarter, Strict Serenade Heat are good. fades because of the bridge. Easier way to get rid of that eventually, as long as we don't mill it over. Ugin. Devour might be the right call, yeah. We'll do that. Alright. Let us see. That was a close one, though. That was a close one. Game 1 bridge is hard for me to deal with. We keep this. We're angling for a Myco. We'll keep. Opponent will get into 6. I mean, we start with... we actually might start with Lab. The reason why is because of TKS. We'll pass in full. What do you reveal? So yeah, I think we go a Lab, Imprint, Sire. But I guess it depends on what their turn 1 play is. If it's a soul land, it's not. Okay, we're good. No map. What did you exile? TKS, Ugin, Devour, Draw, K command. So in that case, I think I'll just go Temple and pass. There's a world where I might cycle the K command to dig deeper. Lab, is this a Glaring Flesh? It is not. Draw. Jesus Christ. Do we rumble here, or do I hold up K command X2? The one concern is, of course, Karn, but they can't Karn Liquid Metal. K command digs us 2, I guess 3 if we want to see a Myco, but I think we rumble as it digs us 4. Yeah, we'll go rumble. There's the Myco. And pass. Alright, so we have kicked Myco unless they have a TKS. And if they take the Myco, then we have K command, X equals 4. We can exile TKS and ramp. K command, you take out the Myco. Or the spawn, you do not. Risky play on opponent's part. Risky play on opponent's part. We'll hold. You have 5. Do you have a TKS? TKS or removal for the spawn. If you don't remove the spawn, you risk a kicked Myco on the Ghost Quarter. If you don't have a TKS, then or removal, I think it's GG's. If you play Karn, it gets a bit tricksy, but we're going to be able to hit your lands. That's 5. K commands. Yep. They saw the writing. Smart. How do we proceed then? Honestly, we might just need to Myco into Ghost Quarter at this point. Yeah. Alright, we'll go Myco into Ghost Quarter. Myco, grab Ghost Quarter, and we can't really risk them getting Trons. We'll just pop the mine and pass. Next turn we can dig with K command. They hit another mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. 3 unknowns. Karn. Karn for Liquid Metal. We can play through Liquid Metal with the number of K commands we have. Funny enough, we can actually get rid of both spawns. Oh, that's wicked funny, actually. We draw. Liquid Metal target temple. Float. This is actually really funny. And done. Spawn down. Another Myco. We draw. Ice Till? Okay, well. Sure. So in that case, do we lab Sire? We could lab K command X equals 2. We can't Myco. We definitely want to Cake Man the spawn so we can smack the Karn in face. Honestly, we could just ramp and call it a day. Yeah, we do need to hope that they don't have another Karn in hand for sure. I'll tuck the Sire. We're going to ramp and exile the spawn. This way, even if they have a Karn, they might need to go for a EE instead. Spawn down, make spawns, go to combat, kill Karn, 2 in hand, and pass. Next turn we have kicked Myco spawn, I think, as well as Ice Till. I think this should be GG's. Opponent sees the GG's and concedes. Yeah, triple Cake Man was stupid. Alright, solid. And yeah, I mean, this is just a good example. I had so much more fun playing Modern than I did playing Standard in the current meta. So I think we're sticking with Modern. I think what I'm going to do is we have an extended amount of time between now and I guess Portland, when then maybe I'll reevaluate and see if I want to play Standard. What that means in the meantime, we can do a lot of testing. I don't know if it's a great time to test and innovate, but I think we test different versions of Tron, different versions of ERAM, just do some additional tuning. The lists are pretty tight as is, but I think we just do what we do best and continue to innovate and have some fun with Modern. Could do some pre-Modern. There is UW Tron. It's not the same beast, unfortunately, but it is something we could look at. We could do that. We could think about that a bit. But with that being said, that there will be the end of tonight's video for 4-1 record at the end of 5. If you did enjoy the video, please do consider hitting the like button, comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. Be much appreciated. For as much that I hope y'all learn from me in both my successes and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you ever reached the point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button as we continue to grow this channel. However, if you do want to watch these videos recorded live over on Twitch, you can find me there Sundays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. CST and Fridays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. CST for the weekend challenges. Otherwise, you can head over to my Patreon where you can find these videos ad-free and early. With that being said though, folks, I will see you next time. Bye-bye!